Hey all, so today we're going to do kind of a short, quick little video, but I wanted to do a test with a small frame revolver in speed loaders. I did speed loader testing with a larger end frame revolver, but small frame revolvers, such as the Smith & Wesson 638 I have here on the table, can be a little bit different because smaller frame revolvers are a little bit tighter together, and there could be a lot less room to get a speed loader in the gun. This is Smith & Wesson 638. This has basically your current production grip that you get on a lot of other guns, just rubber, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. Reason I'm using this is because if you have a Smith J-frame, chances are this will be the grip you get on the gun. They do offer different ones, and of course there's a wide variety of aftermarket grips, but this is the most common grip you'll get on this gun when you purchase it. Today I have two different speed loaders. I have the Safariland Comp 1, and I have the HKS Model 36 shown here, right? Both 5-shot, both labeled as working for this gun. I just want to show how well they work, so if you're planning on buying speed loaders for this gun, you get an idea of how well they work, or maybe you might need to change something. So I'm going to start, right, with the HKS because it's a little bit more well known. So just loaded with some, I believe this is just some Federal Hydra-Shocks in here, 38 Special, nothing fancy, right? So cylinder open, line up, right? Now it does line up pretty well, right? Goes in, right? And then I'm going to twist the knob, twist the knob. Now I'm going to do this, try and do this down because obviously we'll let gravity help us, right? But you'll notice something here. Sometimes it hangs up a little, but if you've got it straight up and down, it does seem to release the rounds, but I've noticed it doesn't always. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick stick these back in here. Give me 1 minute. I will talk and load. Right? Very quick to load, locked in. I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to do it sideways, right? So line it up, and as you can see, sometimes a little bit of finesse needs to be used, but we're going to lock them in. Turn the knob, right? And now you'll notice I'm not really, it wasn't straight up and down, and now you notice I'm actually holding the gun by the speed loader, right? Now that's obviously not an ideal situation. Now if I pull, right, again, I don't have it all the way down. If I pull real hard, it does pull away, but there is some instances where the HKS speed loader can be a little bit tight, and you'll actually see here on the, see that mark there? That's actually from the speed loader rubbing. Now I know some people that will, they'll shave the sides of the speed loader. I'm sure it's perfectly fine to do. I don't recommend it just because these bodies are plastic, right? So with them being plastic, when you start shaving, depending upon where you shave the material off of, you're making a pretty thin sidewall for the speed loader. Could make it more prone to cracking. All right, so that's the HKS speed loader. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. And, whether or not you want to trust that is up to you. And again, you can probably get different grips and maybe more practice, but I just want to show that. So now we move to Safariland. Now, for those who don't know, Safariland work differently. This knob here in the center, you have to push all the way in to the cylinder to get in the release. So we'll push them in, right? And they kind of get bound up here. You can see here where it's kind of bound up against the grip. Right, if I go to just gently push, they don't go in any further. Basically, the gun is locked up. But if I push really hard, right, I'm going to push really hard, they do release, right, and then I can pull them away. But something to be mindful of is with both of these speed loaders, neither one is super simple. So something that you might need to do is you might need to practice with them if you plan on carrying with them, because again, you'll see here, right, this mark here that definitely rides against the grips. But with practice, they do seem to work, just not as well as they work with a larger frame gun, right? The other thing to note, and I won't show it here because I'm sure I'll mess it up on camera, but these can be kind of hard to load, these Comp 1s, because they're real small and it's not a whole lot to grab onto, but with practice you can do it. So that was showing HKS and Safariland speed loaders with a Smith & Wesson 638 with factory grips. I would imagine with a G10 grip or a smaller grip, it might be much easier to load. But with these oversized rubber grips, not really oversized, but like a little bit bigger rubber grips that come with them from the factory, you can run into a little bit of rubbing issues, can be a little bit tight. And the thing to keep in mind is, while I was able to kind of do it here on camera, in the heat of the moment, you don't want something that you might have to finagle with. So just wanted to show them and kind of show why some people might stick with speed strips. And I'll show here, no issue, no finagling, just breaks off, and voila, you're ready to go. So that's showing HKS and Safariland speed loaders with a Smith & Wesson 638. I might do different speed loader brands. I might do different sets of grips just to test them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and have a good day.